as I opened up Razer comms. It just went. The fans like just started spinning up.
Just farted
really
on
high. They were just like, wee. And I was like, oh shit! He turned this off.
It's funny.
Yeah. Well, let's do this.
Let's do it.
Welcome.
Hello.
Welcome.
Oh. Okay. It went quiet, and I'm like, okay, I'll do it.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You guys can't hear the sound through my computer anymore, which is stupid. Spent all the time setting it up, and it works fine on the Game Club, but nope, the podcast hates it. Maybe Razer Comms hates it, but it used to work on Razer Comms.
Maybe it's that. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't got a new version in a long time. Anyway.
Yeah.
Streaming.
We're streaming.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about video games and stuff, but first we'll do some quick introductions before we get to a short little somber note before we do the podcast. I am Yoda. With me, I have Screw Loose.
That's right. I'm Screw Loose. Crazy. Sometimes.
And in the red corner, the true legend killer himself, True Legend Killer.
I like that. That was cool.
We'll grab that soundbite for you, and you can.
Yeah, I do like that.
Yeah,
That was
have it be your ringtone.
I like that.
allow myself to
Whoa. We'll grab. Whoa.
Hello?
All right. Everything echoed.
I didn't hear an echo.
Yeah, we didn't hear one at all.
Well, it's gonna be on the stream.
Excellent. All right.
All right.
Is it still doing it?
No, it's because I accidentally clicked on the tab that the podcast was live on, and YouTube likes to automatically make my volume.
Oh, I got you.
Right.
It is just weird shit day for podcasting.
Yeah,
Technical
sure
difficulties.
Technical difficulties the day. Someone who didn't have technical difficulties, though, is unfortunately no longer with us. Kenny Baker passed away this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what we fun
we discussed
little
that
podcasts, but hey.
Yeah, we discussed that further in our first ever non-stick podcast yesterday.
Yep.
But those of you that do not know who Kenny Baker was, you will know him better as R2-D2. And if you don't know who R2-D2 is, you are an alien that is illegally on this planet, and please
We're in the wrong podcast.
Yeah. No, that's the accurate statement.
But yeah, it's...
you know what? It is very sad, and I know he's had problems for a long time. He was, I'm going to try to be politically correct about this, a little person dwarf. I got to be honest, I'm surprised because of that statistic alone. I'm surprised that he made it as long as he did. He was 81. It's not like he had a short life. He had a hell of a life, but
yeah, he really did.
Generally, people with dwarfism, if that's exactly what it was, I don't know for sure. But generally, those people have a lot more issues.
Yeah, 80-something. That's a long lifetime for.
Yeah, well, it's a long life for anybody, but it's a heck of a long life for someone of his stature. And so, rest in peace, Kenny Baker. We love you, man.
Thank you for all our memories and for the legacy that you lived. And we will end this part simply saying you were the droid we were looking for.
Aww, fucking hell.
Beep, boop, beep, Kenny Baker.
Beep, boop, beep, indeed.
Sorry, I'm just trying to lighten the mood a little bit.
Oh, it's fair. I don't need to start doing the teary-eye thing again. I'm good.
Yeah.
It is.
Moving on to Game Club.
What have we been playing this week, guys?
Oh god.
Who wants to start off with that? We're gonna relive the Game Club.
No. Okay, for everyone listening, we played Papers, Please. If you want to know more about it, go check out our Game Club.
Yeah, we
ain't gonna talk about it.
Nearly an hour.
But this week we are finishing up our first rotation with Screw Loose's choice of Hammer Fight. I knew it was Hammer something.
Yeah.
And it wasn't Hammer time, so...
No. Or Hammer Watch.
No. Okay, so... yeah, we're going to be playing that for the next, 2 weeks?
Yeah, it'll take 2 weeks.
Sweet.
Okay.
Yep.
Um,
Go pick that up if you enjoy our game club.
Yeah, stop
Yeah.
at Chapter 3. Don't play Chapter 3. Stop at Chapter
Yeah, just
3.
up to Chapter 3, and then the next week we'll finish the game. All total, if nothing goes wrong, that game only takes about 4 hours to play. But a lot of stuff is gonna go wrong. So.
as we
I think you underestimate my power.
I think you overestimate. You're gonna die an awful lot in that game, and it's really frustrating. But anyway, Hammer Fight next week.
Sweet.
Cool
Well,
beans.
who wants to start out with other games we've been playing then?
Well, I think I'll kick us off.
Yeah,
but
go for it.
It's all gonna tie into one major thing that we're all kind of playing. So, but we'll save that to the end of this little section. But I'm still playing Assassin's Creed Syndicate. I'm very, very close to the end. Just picking up straggling missions after the main campaign, I guess. I've been adoring it. I think, hands down, it is the best of the franchise.
Better than
Well, that's
one?
not saying much, but I would probably agree with you if I ever decide to play it, because I have heard actually pretty good things about that game.
Yeah,
I've been a fan of Assassin's Creed since it started. So,
I was a fan when it started, and then immediately became not much of a fan after the sequel.
all right, I'm not talking to you people. I'm talking to the people that are possibly listening
We're all
to our
having a
podcast.
discussion. That's how fucking podcasts work.
Where?
But anyways, no. So I've been enjoying Assassin's Creed Syndicate quite a bit.
Sweet.
I picked up my first, I don't even know what, Diablo clone, and I've been playing Marvel Heroes. I'm enjoying that.
Yeah, the game's fun. Just
Still
fun.
playing Subnautica. And just like everyone else, I just started No Man's Sky, and we will discuss that further in a bit, because we will give our thoughts a little bit. But I will turn it over to Yoda. What have you been playing besides No Man's Sky? Because all three of us have been playing No Man's Sky. Oh, for listeners, yes, Lost Wolf is not with us this week. We decided to put him into an old man's
big
home.
sign that says "Gone Fishing" over his face. If you want to check out the stream,
By gone fishing, we put him in an old folks' home.
he put himself there. To be fair,
Yeah.
I've been off and on This Is the Police. It's a lot of fun. It's really long. The goal is to make sure the town stays quiet for the mayor for 180 days, and each day lasts probably 5 to 10 minutes. So it's going to be a long game, but still enjoying that quite a bit. I don't know if I talked about this on the last podcast, but I did reach my first death in This Is the Police because I refused to help the mafia at all. Every time they were like, hey, you need to send one of your police officers over here to threaten these people, I was like, fuck you. Or they'd be like, hey, don't come to the warehouses at 4 o'clock because we're going to have some shit go down. And I'd send like a fuck ton of SWAT officers just because I just wanted to take them down. But if you keep doing that, they warn you a few times and eventually they just kill you. And then the game's over. And I was like, oh, fuck. All right, I guess.
Well, that kind of sucks. That means eventually you have to be crooked if you want. You have to balance all sorts of crooked things, and eventually you get into a mafia war, and you kind of have to play on both sides, because if one mafia crime family is too powerful than the other one, then they're like, hey, you're not helping us at all. You're just helping them. And then so if they're more powerful than the other one for 3 days straight, they'll kill you. So
I've got your help. I got your help.
Wow.
Here's what they do. They pull a knife, you pull a gun. He sends one of yours to the hospital, you send one of them to the morgue. That's the Chicago way. I didn't do Sean Connery voice. I do apologize about that, but
We'll send one of theirs to the morgue.
Yeah. It is interesting though. I've only had 2 officers die, thankfully, and it was like on the strangest thing ever. The mission wasn't all that difficult, and I sent 2 of my not so reliable officers, but it was just some kids tagging down spray paint, and they both got shot to death by those kids. And I was like, well, all right,
Whoa.
shit, what the fuck?
That escalated quickly.
Yeah, I was like, holy god. Most of the time, it seems pretty straightforward. Like if you can only send 2 officers on a mission, then the difficulty is probably like 2. If you can send up to like 6 officers on a mission, then that's gonna be a pretty difficult one. So if you send just like 2 people to that, they're probably not gonna make it out. But no, it's interesting. Sometimes people will just be like, "Hey, the fair's got a lot more people here today. We weren't expecting this many people this weekend. Can you send an officer to hang around the fair and make sure people aren't causing trouble?" I'm like, all right, sure, I'll send somebody over. And then they go, well, you know what? I don't think the police life is for me. I really enjoy this carny thing. I think I'm going to join the circus. I was like, God damn it. Like, why did I send a good officer there?
Oh, that sucks.
But it's cool. It very much plays on where you want your allegiances to lie and what you need to do and stuff. This town hall will constantly be like, hey, apparently there's a lot of people who don't want black police officers anymore, so you need to fire all your black police officers because these people are threatening violence. And so you're like, well, I mean, if I fire all my black police officers, then people are going to be pissed off at me, and I'm gonna feel like shit for just doing that. But at the same time, if I keep them all employed, they could be killed out on patrol. So it's like, how do you balance what? I ended up just keeping everyone on staff and then just never sent them out anywhere for a couple days.
Yeah, right.
But Town Hall was pissed off that I kept them around. It's a fun game. It's definitely worth checking out. It's not really all that expensive. It's $15. It's clearly a long game. It introduces mechanics slowly over time, so you're never super overwhelmed. It's got a really great soundtrack. You can buy vinyl records that you play as the police chief in your office.
Kick ass.
What else have I been playing? I think just No Man's Sky is the only.
Yeah, we'll get into that in a bit.
Rocksmith. I still dig Rocksmith.
Oh, well, yeah, you're still playing that.
Yeah. What about
Screw?
Yeah.
Me.
Playing.
You.
So the man Screw Loose. That's what they call me these days. That's not true. I've been playing. What the hell is it called now? It's a freaking awesome game. I should not forget the name. Song of the Deep.
Oh. How is Song of the Deep?
It is freaking great.
Sweet.
It's really
I've
cool.
seen the title logo for this, so I'm gonna start watching what the game looks like right now.
Yeah, it's
Just say right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right meow.
Right now.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's a story based in Irish mythology.
Oh, dude.
Irish mythology.
Iris.
Excuse me. And the protagonist is a girl that she watches her father go fishing every day, and then he comes back, and she waits for him, and they have a simple. It's probably Grey Wolf. And and so one day he doesn't come back, and she's like, well, shit. Maybe I ought to go find him, because she refuses to believe he's dead, and through some ingenuity manages to fashion a submarine out of some old scrap wood and metal that she had around, and then that's where you embark on the ocean.
How old is this girl who built a submarine?
She's 12. 11 years old, excuse me.
Okay, sure. That's a little suspension of disbelief.
See, Yoda, a 12-year-old girl isn't scared of the ocean. But
I'm not scared of the ocean. The ocean's fine. It's the boats that are the evil things. Get it straight.
It's a really cool game. The story's really fun, and it's got like the sweetest, the nicest origin. So the guy that made this game, I think his name is Brian Hastings, worked for he's a co-founder of the company that made this game. They made a lot of games, and the only reason this game exists is because his daughter She wrote a bunch of stories and illustrated them, and she is the protagonist's age. And so he decided that he was going to make a game out of her stories so that she had somebody to
Aw.
look up to that was not a stereotype, either just dumb, sexy protagonist or just the, Lara Croft badass. This is somebody that uses their resilience and their intelligence and to solve puzzles and
That's pretty awesome.
it's a really cool game. It's a lot of fun. The environment is absolutely beautiful. It runs super smooth. Like it runs it a lot of times more than 200 frames a second.
Sweet.
And the only issue I have with it, and it might not just be that, my computer's running a little hot these days. Lately, I need to figure out what's going on there. My cooler's breaking or
It's been
something.
hot
Too much
outside,
porn.
So.
Too much porn. Yeah. So it does tend to be maybe a little CPU heavy. My CPU when I'm playing this, I don't like to play for more than like an hour because my CPU jumps up to like 56 degrees.
Whoa.
Wow.
65 is its safe operating temperature, so it
That's
has
like
room. But
Witcher temperatures.
yeah, it's really hot, and I don't really know why it's getting that way. And it may be only me. I haven't read anything about other people having this issue. But
Weird.
at any rate, if that could be a thing, I don't know for sure. But it's really cool. The gameplay is fun. The story is really well narrated. It's got a cool upgrade system. You can make your submarine a little stronger. It looks like maybe it's showing a little bit of that in the stream right now.
Yeah,
Now,
the
how
art,
does-
the art
how
and the
does-
UI look really, really good.
How does the story unfold? Because I played a lot of games that look like this, not as beautiful, but that stereotypical.
Yeah, it's a Metroidvania. Is what they call it.
like how does the story unfold in cutscenes and?
Yeah, there's some cutscenes where the story unfolds, but a lot of it is just exploration. You'll make it to a new area, and the narrator comes up and says, Marin has found it takes place from her perspective and from the narrator's perspective as they watch this child do this stuff. It's really cool. It's
So is
so
it
at one
almost
point
like
you find a mermaid, and it comes up and it's like Marin spotted something off in the distance, and before she could see what it was, it ran away, and then it happens on the screen. It's like somebody reading a bedtime story to their kids. It's so cool.
That sounds
so?
cool.
It's almost like Braid. It sounds like.
Maybe I didn't play Braid. I kind of wanted to play Braid, but I never got to.
Braid's worth playing. It's pretty good.
At any rate, it's really neat. Very Metroidvania style. There's a lot of areas you're going to run into that you can't access until you find more equipment, and then you can come back and access them. The maps are very large, and you can use various items in different ways. Like right on the screen, at least for me, watching with a little bit of delay that's happening here, that thing that's shooting out of the front of the submarine is a hook.
Okay.
And you can use that to pick stuff up or attack things with it, or you can throw stuff at other things with it, or drag things around, or use it to hook onto stuff so the current can't drag you. Everything is very versatile, and there are different types of torpedoes, like a lava bomb that you can actually grab and use as a shield once you fire it, and just really neat stuff. It's a really fun game. I totally recommend it. I'm actually going to write about it very soon.
Cool.
It looks really beautiful, though.
It is super pretty.
considered.
It is really
It is
pretty.
unbelievably pretty. But yeah, aside from that, not really a whole lot. I have also started No Man's Sky. Really fun. And I guess since I'm the last one to go, we might as well talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. Actually, that's what I was gonna say.
Since you're the one starting talking about it, why don't you?
Okay. So
Give a quick
yeah, No Man's Sky is awesome. I'm really liking it. It's a lot of fun, but who knows for how long that'll last? Because it doesn't actually seem to be very diverse yet. But it really is. I'm having a good time with it. Other than the fact, and I'm sure this is going to be the elephant in a lot of rooms, it's really buggy for PC.
Yes.
It runs like butts, like super bad.
It's strange because
Yes, if butts could run, that's what butts would run like.
That's exactly how.
I've played far worse PC ports, but I also could be pretty lucky. I haven't had super low frame dips, but I do vary a lot between like 60 to 90 frames per second, and
Yeah.
variable frame rate is almost more annoying
Yeah.
than low frame rate.
Yeah, it is annoying. You can even see that on the stream going right now. This is looking terrible with this
Yeah.
person's. There's a lot of tearing going on. I haven't seen any of that.
Yeah,
I haven't
don't
seen
know-
any of
I
the
don't know what the
tearing.
tearing. This is my video, but it did not play like this when I was playing it. So I'm wondering if the
okay.
recording of it is messed up.
All right.
So with that being said, so I just started it last night, and I started it when I was over with Yoda. I was over at his place and we were hanging out. And Yoda can vouch for me. It ran exceedingly slow on my new laptop.
Yeah.
Pretty
my new
slow.
laptop,
And
I mean,
no lower than like 30 on yours though.
It's no my laptop is no slouch, but it had a weird pixelating problem up in the right corner.
Yeah, that was weird.
It slowed down incredibly.
I wonder if that has something to do with built-in like internal graphics. A lot of laptops hardware is a little bit different.
Yeah.
And they don't handle things. The drivers are a little bit
it was like a perfect square shape, so I'm wondering if it just didn't understand how to render that certain area.
But with that being said, if I keep having a problem with it, I know you guys will cringe at the thought of this, but I may just end up getting it for PlayStation 4. But
I feel like there's no difference, so it doesn't really
there's
matter.
No difference, yeah.
but with that being said, like I'm going to wait until they start patching it.
Yeah, that's what everyone should do.
I was going to bring that up just right as you started talking. No, it's okay. It's all right. The whole thing is they know this, right? Hello Games, right? That's the devs here.
Hello Games.
Hello has said, okay, yeah, we've been working on this, and we're gonna hopefully have some workarounds and fixes for you pretty soon. And actually ran into a good workaround right now that's supposedly helping a lot of people. I just told Cody about it. Let's see, the disabled G-Sync. If you have a monitor that allows for G-Sync, No Man's Sky has that enabled automatically for some dumb reason. It's an NVIDIA software thing that apparently I don't know. I don't have an NVIDIA card, but apparently is not very good for anything. But for some reason, G-Sync is automatically
really well
enabled.
with most games. I've heard nothing wrong with G-Sync, but apparently in No Man's Sky it's not coded correctly.
Oh, right. Well, see, now in this it says the quote is, "For those who haven't invested in G-Sync capable monitor, this feature seems to cause more harm than good when it's activated."
Yeah, if you don't have a G-Sync monitor, it doesn't do anything for you except from...
I should look into my graphics card because I have a...
If you have an NVIDIA card, you've got the G-Sync stuff available, and if it's on, that will have an issue.
Yeah.
Also, I was thinking about it because I was using the GeForce Experience, and right now I have my graphics card optimized for Marvel Heroes.
No. What? That program doesn't optimize your computer for certain games. That computer changes the settings that the game has. It doesn't change what your computer does. It just... So, like, if you had Marvel Heroes and Portal installed, it would set the settings for Marvel Heroes to be the in-game settings for Marvel Heroes to run for your hardware. And the same
right.
thing
So
for
when you launch the
game.
game, it
doesn't...
sets little profiles, individual profiles.
Yeah, it's not... It doesn't change how your computer affects other games at all.
Yeah.
Okay. I was wondering that, so...
and of course, for anybody else, obviously check for your GPU drivers. Make sure you're updated. That helped me a lot initially, and it sounds pretty derpy, but make sure your computer meets the requirements before you try to run the game. For crying out loud!
Yeah.
So some people just don't understand that. They don't get it. They figure, well, my computer is a year old.
Yeah,
it's fine, but it may not be.
Computer. Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
if you have a 560, you're not going to run this thing.
Right, but the G-Sync thing seems to actually be helping a lot of people. So if there is, I just closed the damn link on accident here. There's a link to fix that. Maybe I can put that in the chat.
Yeah, maybe you can put it in the chat, or we can put it in the description of the video below.
Right. Yeah, I can. I'll just put the link up and link. Anyway. Overall, though, I have to say, after I upgraded my video drivers, to the optional one for No Man's Sky because they added support to it. It started running a lot better. I still get some weird dips, but for the most part, it's anywhere from 50 to 90, 50 to 90, 55 to 90, somewhere in that neighborhood. But yeah, you're right. The variable frame rate is it's annoying because suddenly you'll just chop up for a second and it's okay again.
Yeah. And the same thing happens
on
console, it sounds like, as well. It's just that it runs it on an average at a lower frame rate, but it's still really variable from place to place. It's just at the 30 FPS cap. Basically, when you run the game
that 30 FPS cap is on. That 30 FPS cap is on by default for PC. So make sure if you guys are running bad initially, just make sure you check your settings too. And turn shadows down to very low or low, whatever the lowest setting is, because they just don't matter.
That being I don't think the textures change anything either. I was testing that again, and I don't think they affect the quality at all. But for some reason, it runs better when it's set to high.
For me, there's a little bit of frustration in the fact that this is just an RNG problem, really. The starting planet it placed me on is highly toxic.
Yeah, it's not nearly as bad as my fucking Hoth planet. You didn't have to start in like negative 200 degrees Celsius.
But with that being said, like I can't seem to venture very far from my ship.
Nope.
Well,
you can. It's just you have to consistently give that bar items so that it replenishes.
Yeah, and I haven't discovered any of those items.
It's plutonium, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, is it?
Any silicate, I believe, carbon, and you can re-up your life support more often. It's a little annoying.
That is
another issue. Yeah.
That's an RNG problem. That's not,
Well, it's still kind of the game's problem because, it shouldn't put brand new players on the super awful planets.
Well, yeah. And I guess I got really lucky with that personally. I was on a really nice verdant planet, and it was only cold at night and only for 20 minutes. I never ran out of shield or anything, and it only took me about 45 minutes to fix my spaceship so I could fly and leave if I felt like it. I explored quite a bit before I did that, but just kind of getting myself used to the controls. Recently I landed on a planet that is sweltering. And I can't get out of that's the weather condition. It's called sweltering. It's like 300 degrees Celsius outside, and it's very hot. So
with that being said, I feel like the game, once they start to patch it, is going to be very fun. I basically like these survival craft games. That's what Subnautica is, and so, I'm sure I'm going to have fun with it, but the frame rate problems that I was having when I first started out the game were just so frustrating that I haven't gone back to it yet. That's not to say that I won't, but just for right now, I felt very frustrated with it. And it's very sad to hear all these people that are having problems with it. But at least Hello Games is okay, we're working on it.
They're not
Warner
Brothers who are just
Yeah, right. I don't really care. Yeah, but I really wish they had waited another month or something.
Yeah,
before they released it.
They needed to.
Yeah, but after all those,
they needed some more internal testing or something.
I can't stand
that really sucks. It's the dumbest thing that people are getting death threats over video games. Just stop doing that, people. Don't be assholes.
I agree, but it's just I can see why they'd be well, let's just put it out,
but I don't know. And I guess maybe in a large scale testing is really more what they needed than just small internal testing and stuff, because you don't really ever know everything. But Yeah, I mean, at least they are fixing it and not just throwing their hands in the air and saying, "Well, this is what you get."
But with that being said, it's like, how long is it going to take to get the first patch out? You know?
Supposedly very soon. Now they didn't give a date, but they said hopefully very soon we're picking it up, and it sounds like they're working pretty diligently. So
I hope so. Yeah,
for
that
me, like I said,
video,
it's playable
that
for
video
me.
you're showing of it, that's
Aha.
brain tearing is horrible.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
the
it is pretty
recording,
bad.
because this is with me playing, and it did not do this while I was playing it, so... And I've had trouble recording the game. I recorded this with DX Story, which I record tons of games with, and none of them look like this.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyways,
it's
I found
yeah,
the
so-
debasing value, so I'm going to turn it to false, and we'll do a experiment later to see if that works. I followed the instructions
out,
you sent.
I may have to fiddle with it and see if I can find that too. I doubt
Well,
my
I
laptop has it.
actually put up the directions in chat too. That link below there that I put up is we'll put that in the description or
Okay.
something if you don't mind. But
Yeah, no
yeah,
problem.
anyway, I'm really liking it though so far. Even a little buggy and stuttery
I
here
think
and there.
I think we all agree that it has great potential.
Nah.
No?
I think
Okay.
it is what it is, and I think I like doing that because I'm a masochist. That's where I am with it right now. I don't particularly think it's very good. I feel like it's a great $25 early access survival game that is $60 and supposedly a completed game. But the big sell is that it has 18 quadrillion planets. But for some reason, I think I just enjoy not so much the crafting part, so I can fly to the other planets to craft more parts, to fly to the other planets to craft more parts, but I just like flying around to 65 Days of Static.
Yeah. The soundtrack is pretty phenomenal.
It's one of their best albums they've had in years. It's excellent.
Yeah, it's really good.
All right. Well, I guess we should move on to breaking news. Yes, I got some breaking news and put it up. So the breaking news right now is PlayStation Now. Sony maybe expand the streaming game subscription service to PCs.
What is their Sony streaming game subscription service?
So
us
PlayStation
non-console
Now
people?
is basically, especially on the PlayStation 4, it's a subscription service. Say you never had a PlayStation 3, or you're too lazy to plug in your PlayStation 3, I guess. You
A lot
pay
of
for
people don't have space under their TV to have a billion boxes.
Okay, let me finish. But basically, you pay a certain amount and you have access to games that you can buy really cheap and then stream to your PlayStation 4 and play.
So basically, the Windows Store.
Yeah.
Basically.
Well, I think
Wait,
that's a smart
so-
thing for them to do.
So it's that's their version of backwards compatibility, right? Where you can play all of your
Basically.
PlayStation 3 games, but by buying them. Wait, so you stream them from their servers? You don't even download the game onto your console?
I don't know if you download. So I've never used PlayStation Now. So look, I just pulled up Child of Light. I'm on my PlayStation 4 right now. Child of Light, free with PlayStation Now subscription. I don't know how much the subscription is. Oh, here we go. At this end of the 7-day trial period, your PlayStation Now subscription will automatically begin, and you will be billed $20 a month.
$20 a month.
It's $20 a month. Yep, I just pulled it up on their website. It's basically play 400 plus games for $20 a month. So it's what EA did, except they're not getting shit on it for it because they're Sony. But EA has this, but it's $10 a month. I don't know if they have 400 games, but they have a fuck ton of games that you can play on Origin for free for $10 a month. So they're gonna bring
Wow.
that to PC. Well, that's kind of cool because
Yeah,
then
I think
we
that's
can all
cool.
play a bunch
It's a
of
rumor
PS3
right now,
games.
but I mean, I think it's a viable thing that it'll probably start on Sony specific laptops or desktops, and then
Well, yeah, don't they have a conference that they're going to do soon about the Neo.
Yes, we're going to be talking about that.
Well, I'm
believe.
just thinking that during that conference they could also announce this.
Yeah, that might bring that up too. Yeah,
we'll get to that because that's the
we could talk
September.
about it now since it turns in with this. We
Yeah,
don't have
that's
to fine.
So the news
here.
from Sony is they will be having an event in September, and odds are this is when they are going to officially be announcing and unveiling the PlayStation Neo, as it's still being called, their answer to the Scorpio, the Xbox Scorpio. Xbox's 4K box that is supposed to be coming, I guess, next year sometime. There's been a lot of speculation about how powerful the Neo will be. Sony's like, well, it's going to even be more powerful than the Scorpio.
Well,
I guess
I imagine it will be since the PS4 is more powerful than the Xbox One.
Yeah, but with
I'm looking at some of the more pricing stuff here for the PlayStation Now thing that hopefully they'll announce at this event as well. It just seems like a ripoff. You can rent a game for $3 for 4 hours. Yeah.
For 4 hours?
You get to play it for 4 hours. Costs you $3 to rent the game.
Is that like a trial?
Like if they're gonna bring this to PC, nobody's gonna do it because like EA Access isn't very popular because people would rather just buy games, and it's gonna suck if there's like a ton of PS3 exclusive games that PC players haven't ever been able to play, and then they're just like, well, the only way you can play them is if you pay us $20 a month. And be like, no, I'll gladly pay $30 to play Demon Souls on PC, but I'm not gonna do it for $20 a month.
Yeah, I don't need to pay a subscription for that. I don't know. I mean, like you said though, true. It is a rumor at the moment. Maybe they will bring it up more during this event.
I'm sure they will. I mean, this event has to be more than just unveiling the Neo. Yeah, I'm sure they're going to rename that. We're going to probably see more. We'll see more of The Last Guardian because that comes out in October. So,
oh, really?
Yeah, finally.
Yeah, I already have it pre-ordered and everything. So
don't pre-order video games.
Hey, I pre-ordered the Statue Edition because I want my own bird dog. So, bird dog.
Right on.
But yeah, I'm sure they're gonna announce like a bunch of coming games that they didn't announce at E3 and showing more of the games that they already showed at E3. It's just going to be, like, for them, E3 Part 2. The stuff that they weren't ready to showcase for whatever reason, basically.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll be discussing PSVR and all that kind of stuff, too.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, so some breaking news from Sony. We can move on to something that will hit close to home for Screw. Mm-hmm. And that has to do with Nordic Games.
Yeah.
And Nordic Games has officially rebranded themselves as THQ Nordic.
Yeah, bringing back THQ name. I don't know if that really means anything.
I don't think it does either. It'll mean something when they actually show off Darksiders 3.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, maybe that's the reason for that. Maybe they're getting some of their old developers back into it, and
maybe.
I can only hope that that's the reason for that.
I gotta say, Screw, like, I hearing you talk about Darksiders, I never played Darksiders. When I saw the very first one announced, I thought, oh great, another God of War clone.
It's more of a Zelda clone, to be fair.
Okay, but, I mean, at the time, that's what I thought it was, so I had no interest in playing it.
It feels a little bit that way. It's a little button mashy, but there's a little more to it than that.
But with that being said, especially these last few weeks, about a month or so, that you've talked to me about both Darksiders games, and the fact that they have now announced a re-release of the first one. For only $20 too. That's awesome.
Yeah, with all the DLC and good remaster. That's how you do it.
I do want to pick up both games and play through them Because I've
Yeah.
heard good things about both games, not just from you, but from other people. But at the time, I was just like, great, it's God of War clone, whatever. Um, and to be
Yeah,
fact,
it's cool.
unpopular opinion, I am not a God of War fan. I played all of the first one. I got halfway through the second one, and I got bored. Eventually, one
Sorry,
day, I'll
what
go
game?
back and God of War.
Oh, really? I thought it was a
Yeah,
fun game.
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah,
I
I like
stopped
them too.
halfway through two. I
2
own
is
the
way better.
collections. I just have had real no desire to finish them. Maybe one day I will, because the new one that is coming out actually looks really good, in my opinion. It
Yeah.
looks like a cross between
It
God of War and The Last of Us. So
Yeah, which I like and I don't like because like there aren't really that many games that have that give me an isometric 3D brawler, and I like those kind of games. And it's been a long time since I've played a God of War game, so I would like to play a God of War game and not so much a really clunky third-person shooter like The Last of Us. But maybe that's just me. But
Yeah.
I can totally understand why people don't like the God of War series because it's not like you're playing an upstanding citizen. A lot of people
Yeah.
don't
No.
like playing games where you play a shithead.
Yeah.
That's why I don't blame people for not liking the GTA series or most Rockstar games. You don't play good people.
Yeah. Yeah, and to go back to it a little bit, there are definitely similarities. Climbing walls and jumping ledges and the button mashing weapon skills and stuff. But the story itself is pretty cool. It deals with a lot of heaven and hell stuff. And for me, the intro scene for the first Darksiders it hooked me immediately because it's a meteor storm. It's just like the apocalypse is happening. The Earth is being destroyed by giant meteors, and then the camera zooms in on meteors, and it's angels fighting demons falling from the sky. It's like the coolest thing. And I
that
was like,
sounds
oh
so
yeah,
awesome.
I'm into this already. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I went right into it. Was
Yeah,
so cool.
I didn't try out the first one because I just heard so many bad things, and I don't know why I picked up. It might have been because of you, Screwloose, and I tried out the second one, and it hooked me really quickly. You're thrown into basically Hyrule, like this open
Yeah.
green area, really early on, and I was just like, I've got my demon horse, and I run around here, and this is awesome. This is
Yeah,
the best
it's
thing
really
ever.
cool. It's
Um,
really cool.
so yeah, no, I'm looking forward to. I mean, them changing their name is just kind of honoring THQ, but I am looking forward to the re-release of the first game, and eventually picking up both of them, and then seeing maybe at the Sony press conference we'll get the announcement for the third game. I don't know,
Yeah, maybe.
Possibly.
especially if they make it a PlayStation exclusive.
Fuck that. I'm so tired of
Yeah,
exclusives.
they better
Like,
not
I
do
feel
that.
bad for Xbox players too, who are probably want to play No Man's Sky and fucking they're just being limited, and the poor Hello Games people too. Their sales are being deliberately cut off. They're not. I mean, I fucking hate exclusivity. It doesn't help anybody. It's stupid.
Yeah, right. It's
Although
bullshit.
I read somewhere that saying Hello Games is not opposed to bringing it to the Xbox.
Of course not. You wouldn't be opposed to bringing
No,
any game
they want
anywhere.
more
You sell
sales.
more copies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Anyways, moving on. Before Cody has an aneurysm.
Yeah.
Witcher
Yeah,
3
nosebleed.
Game of the Year Edition release date has been announced.
Oh yeah.
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 I'm excited about this because I'm about to literally probably today about to jump into the Witcher universe for the first time and
Awesome.
play the first game. I know
Maybe
a lot
I'll
of
try that too when I get tired of No Man's Sky because I've never played the first Witcher game and I wonder how that will work.
I know a lot of people have told me, just play 3. Like, you don't need to play the others. But for me, when there's numbers in games, I always want to play the first
Yeah.
one, you know?
Yeah, I hear
Um,
that. I hear that, but those people are right. The other they don't really matter. There's some little nods, and that's about it.
It's
Uh,
like
They're
one-off
good
series
games, though.
is in like a comic. Like yeah,
Yeah.
there's numbers at the top of your comic, but the story inside of it stands alone.
Yeah, no, I had unfortunately, so I don't want to be one of those people, but I knew a lot of people that jumped into Mass Effect by only playing Mass Effect 3. And they were the people that were
See, that
adamant.
one doesn't bode well with me because that story is definitely very connected.
Yeah. And so
Yeah,
they
and
were
not only
crashing on
that,
the ending, and I'm like, by no means is the ending groundbreaking, but I'm a fan of the series. In fact, I'm wearing an N7 T-shirt right now. Um, but with that being said, I had no real problems with the ending, but the ending is a much more impactful if you've sat around for all three games.
sure.
Um,
Yeah, that and those games work off each other's stories. So if you have a save
yeah,
game previously, they work with each other. So there is really a reason to do that.
Yeah.
The
yeah,
one thing I will tell you though, George, before you start one, is one's controls are so convoluted and they're very difficult. They're very difficult. There's so much micromanaging. Two evens that up a little bit, simplifies things, and three gets it right.
Yeah.
So,
Okay,
Three
so if
feels
you're
like
really, really
a
frustrated
modern
with the
game.
way it controls, just keep in mind that by the time you get to the third one, it's going to feel very cool. It's going to be a
Yeah.
lot better.
That and I don't think there's any like real choices you can make in the first game that would affect anything in 2 anyway. It's just a straightforward origin story. Well,
and that's fine. I like
re-origin
origin stories.
because
So
it
Yeah.
takes place after all the books.
Two, however, will you can.
Yes.
It seems like when I first started Witcher 3, it said, "Hey, you got a Witcher 2 save file. You want us to import that?"
You can do
As
that.
far as the way you built Geralt. So that might matter in the long run.
But if you don't have the save file in Witcher 3, they give you the option. Hey, do you want to have the in-game conversation where they have someone ask you about what happened in The Witcher 2? And it feels
Right.
like a natural thing that would happen.
So
you're
build
getting your
you
haircut
build your own story.
and a diplomat's asking you, what the events preceded this were, and
Right.
it's written really
Oh.
well that it doesn't feel forced.
damn it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
For what?
Oh, you guys probably couldn't hear that. I was trying to actually pull up when the release date was, and it's
Oh.
August 30th. Because we haven't said it in the podcast, and unfortunately, the webpage I was on started to play the trailer and was very
Oh.
loud in my ears. I thought maybe you would have heard it, but I'm glad you didn't.
So it's coming right up then. That's good.
Yeah, so end of this month we're gonna have the Game of
Does
the
it give
Year
a price?
edition.
Does it give a price?
It's probably gonna be full price.
Well, I would imagine so. Game of the Year edition usually includes all the DLC and stuff.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna search for it and see if they finally put it on Steam to pre-order. Witcher 3.
And for anybody out there who has not played Witcher 3, for crying out loud, get off the damn fence and play Witcher 3.
Yeah, it's
No,
they still
you
don't
will
have
never
it.
want to play any other open world game again, which is
Yeah,
the
it just
bittersweet thing about it.
yeah.
I mean, with that being
uh,
said, like, how many of these are free DLC for Witcher 3? 1, 2...
16
most
pieces
of
of
them.
free DLC, and there's 2 paid expansions.
No, 3 paid expansions.
2. It's 2 paid. There's
Free
Blood
on
and Wine.
Steam.
It's
What?
Hearts of Stone.
Blood and
Wine.
Wine. Oh, the expansion
Wine.
pass. I see.
The season pass
Sorry.
thing.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't read it. I just saw three other pieces with price tags on it.
Yeah.
So on Steam, they still don't have the Game of the Year listed. But with that being said, the standard game on Steam itself is still $50.
It's
So-
still
It's
worth
still
$50.
worth $50.
But with that being said, like if they release, the Game of the Year for
It'll go
$60, that's still cheaper than buying the game and then buying the 2 DLCs. You know.
That's
Yeah.
how that works.
So
Yeah.
we'll see. They
I think
have-
I think
Blood
it'll be
and
great
Wine
for them.
just came out like in July, so I
Yeah.
wouldn't
Yeah.
expect them to drop the whole prices in all the games right away.
Yeah, and it is totally worth it. Every aspect of that game is unbelievable. Pretty cool.
So, yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to jumping into the Witcher universe because I've heard about it for years. So,
Yep.
With that being
It's
said,
a very
move on.
well crafted, handcrafted world, unlike the 18 quintillion worlds that have no level design whatsoever.
With that being said, let's move on to some more PlayStation news. Well, I guess Xbox too. I think it's coming for Xbox. But some more news on Final Fantasy 15.
Pass.
I'm a big Final Fantasy fan. I have been for over a decade.
Yeah, but their track record as of the last almost 10 years is awful.
All right.
Yeah.
But with that being said, so this is going to upset many people here in the chat, but Final Fantasy 15 is going to be getting a season pass. With that being said, Final Fantasy 15's DLC packs will allow you to play as each member of the party and control them. I think that's sort of cool. That's something that we haven't
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. All the old Final Fantasy games you could play as each member of the party.
Yeah, like Final Fantasy 4, you can swap to anybody. Like, wait, so they're removing that and making it a paid feature. Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
It sounds like Square Enix, though.
Ever since the 3D eras, they haven't allowed you. I mean, I guess you could put Snow as your leader in, what was that, 13?
I didn't play 13.
But with that being said, like 7, 8, 9, 10, you were always locked in having, Cloud in your party. You ran around as Cloud. You ran around as Squall.
Yeah, but you could still play anyone.
Yeah, I understand that, but I think what they mean this time out is each member
are going to have their own story. Then that's different.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what they're saying. I think. So, I don't know. I'm really looking forward to the game. I played the demo when they released the demo a few months ago.
Yeah,
I adored the demo.
I did not adore the demo.
Everything I say I like, these assholes say they don't.
That doesn't make me an asshole because I don't like what you don't like.
It's just difference of opinion. There are just some things that are kind of crappy.
With that being said, I liked the demo. I felt that
I think it was beautiful, and I liked the characters, but I did not like playing it at all. It felt really sloppy and barely.
But anyway,
I mean, hopefully they will clean that up by now. Yeah.
What I was saying is, I felt like it played a lot more like Kingdom Hearts, and I like Kingdom Hearts.
I've never played Kingdom Hearts, so if that's how
how
Kingdom Hearts is, maybe I don't want to try Kingdom Hearts.
All right, you know what? Moving on. More Sony and Xbox news with the announce of a game called We Sing.
We Sing, is that going to be like a
karaoke probably
clone?
Yeah.
We Sing game. Nope, not X-Wing. We Sing.
we Sing.
Google knows what I like. We Sing 80s from Nordic Games. Is that it? We Sing Encore. We Sing Rock. We Sing Pop. There's like a billion of these games. We Sing Karaoke.
We Sing announced for PS4 and Xbox One. Over on IGN, I don't know what it has to do with anything. I just saw it was video game news.
Okay.
I'm gonna put it into the chat.
And so there's lots of We Sings.
There's lots of We Sing games, and now there's a sequel.
So it's basically Guitar Hero, but with your voice.
I hadn't heard of We Sing. Apparently, it's a big one, but there's another one. It's not Just Dance, but there's what was it called? Or maybe it is this. Yeah, this is the game. I just didn't know it was called We Sing. Yeah, this has been around for a few years. There's just now
a new We Sing game for anybody that likes those. Got announced.
Have fun with that. There you go.
Yeah, have fun with that.
Have fun with it. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah. Play games you like.
Dead Rising re-release gets a launch date and price.
Which Dead Rising?
The original, I think.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
The game's great.
Okay. Cool. So what is the launch date and price?
I am looking it up right now. I should have arriving September 13th.
Oh, okay. Coming up pretty soon.
Next month. They don't even have a trailer out for it yet.
The game will be
Bastards.
available in North America and Europe as a digital download for PS4 and Xbox One, priced at $20.
Okay.
Okay.
I
That's okay
think
for a
this
Is
is
it
re-release.
is
I
it
think
an
that's all right.
HD remake or is it
well.
just the game?
So that's the thing. A big problem a lot of people had about the original Dead Rising was they said everything on the screen was too small. And the reason that people had this problem was it was around that time that HD TVs were coming out, and the game was meant to be played on an HD TV. So when you played it on a standard TV at the time, everything appeared too small. And I had that problem too, so I could never really get into the game.
Yeah, it
Um,
made it letterbox probably.
Yeah, I don't think I had that problem when I played it on Xbox 360.
but
Dead Rising 1 and 2 officially heading to Xbox One, PS4, and PC.
So yeah, Dead Rising. I know a lot of fans. That game has a lot of fans. I never really got into it. I felt that because the game is timed, um, you can easily miss things if you don't go into an area fast enough.
Yeah, and I like that. I think it's cool that there's timed quests and stuff like that, and so you have to choose different areas. It gives the game like a good amount of replayability. It's not
Little
okay.
bit of a
You
sense
have
of
all this time
urgency
to
and-
go over, and then they do this quest, and then this quest. Yeah, it gives you a sense of urgency and panic.
Yeah, no, I get that now, but when I was younger, it frustrated me.
Well,
I thought it was
it is
cool.
overall. It is overall a very frustrating element to have in a game, especially something if you want to try and explore a little bit. That's like a pretty terrible thing to have around. But it makes sense, I think, in a zombie type game to be like running away, right?
Yeah.
Well,
it's just
it's
like,
funny.
hey,
So I
if
remember.
you go do this quest, you won't be able to go do this quest instead.
Yeah,
Which
so
think
I
is cool.
remember the original game, and I remember the point where I put down my controller and walked away from the game. Was I had a friend over who really liked the game, played it inside and out, and I think he had let me borrow it, and that was me playing it. And I went into an area, and for some reason it skipped the game ahead like 8 hours.
Yeah.
And I was still
Huh.
very low level, and he's like, "You're not supposed to find these enemies yet. Like, they're not even supposed to, like, your game either glitched or something happened." And I kept getting killed, and it auto-saved, so I couldn't get out of the
So you couldn't
area.
go back. Ugh.
And it just frustrated me so much that I told him, just take the game home. I don't want to play it anymore. I know a lot of people like these games, and I'm willing, especially for a price tag of only $20, to go back and try these games because I'm sure they fixed a lot of
Is
problems.
that a 2-pack for Dead Rising 1 and 2 for $20, or is it 20
I
apiece?
didn't see if it was a 2-pack or a 1-pack. I think it's just the first game, but I mean, only $20. That's not too bad.
Yeah, here is some details from GameSpot. These are ports, not remaster. So
Oh, never
yeah,
mind.
they're
Yeah,
not
that's-
HD remakes or
that's
anything like
different
that. And
then.
Dead Rising 1 never did come to PC though, so that'll be nice to have that game on PC. And then the
But
other
still, ports. We have problems with ports. You guys talk about problematic ports all the time.
ports are what
Yeah.
happen. That's how all games are ported to systems. like every game on a PS4 is a port because every game that's on PS4 and Xbox are made for the Xbox One because it's the lowest common denominator. It's the weaker
Yeah.
system, so that's what games are optimized for, and then they're ported
Yeah,
to PlayStation.
it has to be able to run on that.
Every
Yeah.
game that's on PlayStation 3 and 360 is a port to a PS3 from a 360 game.
I will let
It's-
Cody take the next piece of news, though, because I don't play this game.
Oh, Lucio Ball.
Oh, some Overwatch.
Yeah, some Overwatch news.
Yeah, well, we've known that people who cheat in Overwatch get banned for life since the game came out. So I don't know what's
What is
different
the
about
character
this one.
change cheater? Is that even allowed in Lucio Ball?
There's some exploit where you can get around it and you can play as other characters, but it doesn't really matter because the game mode's not very fun, which sucks because it's a great idea, but it just wasn't made well.
I know that I saw pretty recently, actually, talking somewhat similar to Lucio Ball. Rocket League is putting in a giant octagon map, so I don't know if that means maybe you get
Oh,
like a whole bunch of people playing. Like if
that
like each
sounds
side has a
awesome, though.
goal, that would be super killer.
That'd be cool. Have
I
like
have yet to
have
play
two
that
balls
game.
on the
I
field
have
at
it.
once.
I have it. I just haven't played it yet.
Do you
It's a
have?
lot
I'm
of
assuming
fun,
you
but
have it on PlayStation 4. Actually, you can play with us on PlayStation 4 through PC,
Yeah.
apparently.
Yeah, I
it's a
have.
lot of
I
fun.
have.
But just be prepared for a super toxic community. The people just
Yep.
hate each other, and
Well, the
that's
game has a
terrible.
large community, and the bigger the community, the more toxic it is usually.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
but it is a lot, dude. It's so much fun.
Yeah, when that comes
Unlike
out,
when I
we
was
might have to hop
watching,
into that some more. I miss
unlike when I
playing
was
that game.
watching Yoda play Dota, everybody seemed very nice in Dota.
Yeah, really. They have seemed lately.
Yeah.
I've seen
You
that
get the
too.
occasional asshole like everywhere else, but I like half of my Steam friends are friends from playing Dota, so I've never really
Yeah,
understood
I've-
people who are like it's the worst MMO community, and I'm like, no, that's Heroes of the Storm.
Yeah,
Play
heroes
a
and
country
heroes
model.
and
League of Legends is a
LOL,
close
yeah, League
second,
of
yeah.
Legends.
Anyway,
Anyways,
Anyway.
so yeah,
moving to our
don't
last
don't
piece of
cheat in
news.
Overwatch because fuck you, and so you deserve to get banned.
Yeah, for sure.
So our last bit of news is coming from IO, or is it pronounced EO, is planning 3 seasons of Hitman.
Uh, 3 seasons, I don't really understand. Like, is that they're just gonna?
3, so probably
They're do-
Three
the next,
season
the next,
passes?
The next 3 games that are all gonna be fucking episodic. Is that
Yeah.
what I'm hearing?
no. What I think it is, so either that, because I mean by seasons they mean an entirely different game with Telltale, but my first thought is you're going to have this game, but it's going to have 3 different packs of DLC before they even think about releasing the next game.
IO is planning 3 seasons of Hitman. IGN's the only people reporting it. What the fuck does that mean? Fucking hate IGN. What are you talking about? What does this mean? IO is planning 3 seasons of Hitman. However, Scene 2 has not yet been announced. Okay.
I don't understand that at all.
Yeah,
'Cause-
they don't write well. They link to a Twitter page, and it's just a tweet of the Hitman account responding to somebody, and they're like, any plans for a season 2 for Hitman or any more episodes after it's done? And Hitman himself tweets, of course, our plan is to have 3 seasons, although season 2 hasn't been confirmed yet. Wow, so IGN literally
Okay, so IO
copy-pasted what the
Interactive-
tweet said.
IO and Square are the ones that put out the new Hitman game. So,
Yeah.
my thinking
IO's the
is,
developer. Yep,
so what
that-
they've already got is when you buy the game, you can buy different variations of the game. You can buy like a different season passes. Essentially, is what it is. And then they bring out episodes. And what I'm thinking is that next year, because they're doing an episode through this year, for every so often through this year. I think they were planning on 6 total. 3 are out now.
Yeah, six missions in a Hitman game. That sounds
Right,
fucking
and what I'm
pathetic.
thinking is that's a season.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
And then
that's-
next year they'll make another season,
Yeah.
and next year they'll make another season
yeah.
or something
So
like that.
all Hitman games are episodic now, is what that means. So
Basically, that's
there
what it sounds
goes-
like.
There goes that franchise. Fucking hell.
Well,
I guess I,
mean,
shouldn't
honestly,
be quick to judge. I still
it's
haven't
really-
played. I still haven't played the new Hitmans. So.
it really is good. I like it a lot. I agree kind of with the
But
episodes.
then they
although
have
it
to do
seems make
so
sense.
much less work for a $60 game, because like Blood Money and even Absolution had 10, I think, levels, and Blood Money had 15.
Yeah,
So they're
Well,
they
but
have
they
to do
can
half
they
the
can
work.
spend. They do seem to pay a lot of attention to it, though. I mean, the levels are really there's so many ways to play them. There's
Well, that's
no real
always
set
been the
path,
thing,
and
though.
I mean yeah, well, I know that, but what I'm saying is they're big, they're open. It feels like a Hitman game again. I don't know. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah.
And like Dr. S
I
is
do
even,
still plan on getting the first one when all of them are out and I can actually just sit down and play the whole game. because that's just what I prefer to do. Even with the Telltale games, I wait till all the episodes are out and I play the game. I get people like the episodic stuff, and I'm sure that's fine if you like it, but I don't like TV because I have to sit and wait to experience the rest of the story. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it works pretty well for Hitman. I agree to a lot of that. Episodic stuff gets pretty obnoxious, but I think it works pretty well for here. I mean, if you think about it in the terms of a hitman, right? You know, he goes to a place and he does a hit, and then he goes home until he gets another order. So maybe that's a month away. Maybe that's 2 months away. So it kind of makes sense. And maybe in between, he gets offers to go back to this other place. And, you know, I don't know how that works in real Hitman life, right? But it sort of makes sense.
You didn't spend 20 years as an assassin for.
I'm sure there are real assassins out there that sit and they see this video and like, it's not like that at all.
Yeah, that's probably. They probably play a lot of video games.
It's like watching archaeology shows with Erin. She's like, ugh, I would never do that.
Yeah, I know. Or movies with you critical son of a bitch.
Hey.
But
I understand that.
We actually have a lot of the same taste. But anyway, the Hitman, I think it works really good. You should check it out. I should have had you play that last time you were here too, as well as Doom, because it is pretty good. It's really fun. It's got a good feel to it. But I agree, because you can only place the same spot so many times before it's just boring.
Yeah.
And you know, so yeah, I think it would be better if they released them all at once. But you know, it works well enough.
But it seems episodic has come to stay.
Yeah.
In the last few years.
I wonder what Square Enix will do episodic next, because they're doing Final Fantasy VII as episodic as well.
You shut your mouth.
No, they did.
Won't.
They announced that.
Yeah,
shut up. Shut up.
It's done. Final Fantasy VII episodic.
No.
I mean, first off, don't buy the
Fantasy
stupid
VII
Final
remake
Fantasy VII
will be
remaster.
multiple games.
I'm gonna get Final Fantasy VII Remaster because I love the Final Fantasy VII universe.
I've played
I do
three
too.
Final
I thought it was
Fantasy
great.
games. I've played
But
4, 7, and 10, and I think 7 was my least favorite of those 3. But I've only played 3
I like
games.
7.
I like 7 too. I liked all that I played, but 4 was by a country mile.
7 and 8 is my jam.
8 was really good. I did like 8 too. Oh, anyway, I'm the guy that liked 10 and 12 and stuff.
I like 10, but I think it's just because it's funny.
Yeah, I had a good time with them. I don't know.
It doesn't take itself seriously, which I like.
Anyways, should we finally get to our opinion piece? Now that Lost Wolf is not here?
I was thinking we could just go to releases today because...
yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, we've been on for a while.
Have we? Okay.
Hour and a half.
Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah. Oh. Yeah, Yoda, give us the releases.
Well, first up, we've got a game called Interstellar Logistics. I'm gonna find what date it's coming out. Sorry.
That sounds boring.
I posted them in here. Interstellar Logistics coming out for the PC on August 15th, so that would be Monday. Interstellar Logistics is an action puzzle game. The player shoots an object from point A to point B.
Are you telling me a game with logistics in the title has logistics?
Player shoots an object from point A to point B using the gravity of planets, stars, and black holes while hitting certain points along the way. There is a lot more to the game, but that is the basic idea. Okay.
Hey, you know, I just had a cool idea.
I had to add that in.
It just popped into my head, and I think it's cool.
Okay.
Like the guys that did Papers, Please, and like all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
The guy. The guy. There needs to be another game. There needs to be another game in that exact genre, but as an aircraft control tower, air traffic control tower operator.
Oh my God!
Then you're really playing with people's lives. That'd be terrifying.
I thought you were gonna say something like INS, like security through like an airport.
Yeah, well, that's basically what Papers, Please is. It's customs, but
No, Pope's
uh,
second game, well, full release game, I don't remember what it's called, but it's basically a point and click adventure game where you're on like a boat. I didn't play it, but he's got a new one coming out. Too.
Because
I
it
don't
has
know
to
what it
do with
is.
boats.
No, I just forgot about it, and it came out and came and went.
Uh, anyways, other releases.
Next up,
For those that didn't know, No Man's Sky came out.
well, that was
oh
last
yeah,
week.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everyone knows
shit.
that, and everyone's super mad about how poorly it runs on their consoles and their computers, and all I have to say to that is, don't pre-order video games. The shit wouldn't happen to you. It was on the #1 fucking Steam page for fucking weeks, and it's like, why are you people buying this? It could turn out to be shit. But yeah.
Anyways,
Adventure
other
Capitalist
releases.
is coming to the PlayStation 4 on August 16th. It's a fun game. It's already been on PC for a long time. PS4 are getting it. Interesting little game. Next up is a VR game, so I won't spend much time on it. It's called Bank Limit Advanced Battle Racing. Sure, it sounds like a VR game. None of us have
Advanced
VR.
Battle Racing.
If any of us had VR headsets, we would talk about it to care, but we don't have the ability to play it, so we're not going to talk about it.
Yeah,
Next up is a game called Bound for the PlayStation 4.
bound or found.
Bound.
All right.
Oh, it's by Santa Monica Studios. Bound transports you into a beautiful, fantastical world that exists in the mind of a woman revisiting the memories of her childhood. You'll use dance move to traverse fast environments filled with platforming challenges. As the game progresses, the introspective story unfolds through powerful metaphor and imagery, adding emotional depth to the protagonist's
That
story.
sounds amazing.
Yeah, it looks really pretty on the screen right now. It looks.
Oh
a lot-
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, it does.
It certainly looks like a Santa Monica Studios type of game. And this isn't that game company playing who made it. Plavitic made it, or Plastic. Oh, Plastic is the name of the developer.
God,
Okay.
that looks beautiful. I'm gonna have to check that out.
All right.
I don't have the stream up anymore.
Yeah, it looks like Plastic is made up of some of the people from that game company who did Journey and Flower, so it's no surprise that they made another cool-looking artsy game. And Abzu, which came out a few weeks ago, is by the lead director
those are
of Journey. She is the person behind Abzu. So
Yeah,
cool.
that was a hard choice between that and Song of the Deep for me.
Yeah, I was between that and This Is the Police, and I figured I'd played games like Journey. I played a lot of them in a short period of times, and I hadn't played something like This Is the Police ever. So
God, I gotta
that.
say, Bound looks beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah, it does
looks
look cool.
really
I
good.
just saw it too.
Wow.
It's coming out for PlayStation 4 on Tuesday of this week. So keep an eye out for that. Looks like fun. What's up next? Death Stare, Stair, coming out for the PC on the same
Death
day.
Stare.
Death Stare.
Dun, dun, dun.
So,
Yeah.
you need to play that GIF of Poe from Kung Fu Panda looking at stairs.
This looks amazing, and we
Stairs.
all have to buy it. Okay. The world's greatest competitive multiplayer stair climbing game. In local or online play, up to 3 people race to the finish, while the 4th, armed to the teeth with an arsenal of unconventional ammo types, does everything to stop them.
Oh man.
Is that
So it's
Waldo?
based this like
Can we
Face
please
Waldo?
play this?
it's like
This is what we're doing
It's,
for
it's
Games
an
Club, right?
asymmetrical multiplayer game where you throw balls
it's like
at all
Orcs
your
Must
friends.
Die.
Yeah.
It's like Orcs Must Die, but you're trying to stop your friends from getting up instead of orcs.
Yeah. That looks
That's pretty
great.
funny looking.
Yeah,
funny looking.
Death Stare. Yeah, I'd play the fuck out of that. Hopefully when it comes
yeah,
out, there'll be
that's-
like a 4-pack.
That's going to be one of those pretty like giggle-inducing games, like
Yeah.
like Lethal
Right.
League was.
Oh god, we need to play more Lethal League. That game's great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sweet, that looks like fun. And next up, we've got Grow Up for the Xbox One, PS4, and PC. Grow Up.
Another part of the Broforce.
No,
series?
Grow Up is the
Oh,
sequel
Grow
to
Up.
Grow Home.
Yeah, no. Oh, I like Grow Home. Grow Home was pretty fun.
I didn't play it, but I really wanted to. So that is the sequel to the weird test game that they wanted to. They had somebody experiment with maybe a new type of mechanic for Assassin's Creed games, and they let him just turn it into its own game. So there's Ubisoft somehow showing humanity, and hopefully they do that more.
Yeah.
So cool. It's
This looks pretty
glad
cool,
that got
actually.
A sequel. Yeah.
This looks pretty
Yeah,
cool.
if you guys ever get a chance, play the first one. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, I would, but I hate Uplay, and I don't want to have to deal with it.
If you want, you can just come over and play it on my PlayStation 4.
I may do that one of these days. Let's see what we got up next. Deus Ex Go. The fuck's that? Oh, it's a mobile game. Fuck that. In Versus for the PS4 and PC. In Versus. In Versus, face off against friends and challenge enemy swarms as opposites collide in the action strategy combat of In Versus. A dynamic board makes each round evolve into a unique battlefield. This looks really creative, actually.
Yeah, it does.
Pop it up on the.
It's
Don't
up
touch
there.
the opposite colors.
Oh, there we go. My I guess my stream has lag.
Yeah, streams always have lag, so that's fine.
Oh,
Yeah,
that doesn't. All right.
It's pretty neat looking. Yeah, it's like it kind
It's
of
kind
reminds
of
me
like
of Bomberman.
Splatoon.
Yeah, I was just gonna say
Yeah.
Bomberman-esque.
Sweet. Cool.
Interesting.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome! That guy just turned fucking invincible. Did you see that shit? That was cool.
No.
I kind of want to play this. This looks cool.
Yeah, I do too. I wonder how much they'll end up charging for it. Comes out
Oh,
on
yeah.
Tuesday as well.
It kind of reminds me of like Bomberman meets Pac-Man.
Yeah,
and a little
bit.
Splatoon thrown in there as well with the whole kind of
Yeah,
nature
right, the
verse
changing
on some
colors.
areas, Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet. Next.
Yeah, that looks cool as hell, actually.
What? I don't know how to pronounce this. Okhlos. Okhlos? Okhlos?
Oculus, perhaps? Yeah, I don't know.
Okhlos. Here's the
Cock block.
cock block. Oculus.
Nauseous.
On Steam. Squeeze into your toga and slide on your sandals to rally the angry mobs of Okhlos and bring down the oppressive god of mythological Greece. Looks like Castle Crasher's Sword and Sandals game. Alright.
Okay.
Sure.
Lead a chaotic mob.
What do we got next?
It does look pretty chaotic.
Yeah, it looks pretty funny.
And that comes out on August 18th. On August 19th, we've got F1 2016 for the Xbox One, PS4, and PC. I'm assuming that's a
Yeah,
racing game.
I may jump on that bandwagon. Actually, it's been a long time since I played a good racing game.
Experience the most in-depth career mode ever seen in a Formula One game in F1 2016. Go deeper into the world's most exciting motorsport with 22-player online racing, formation lap, pit strategies, and the return of the safety car with an all-stunning broadcast.
Return of the safety car. Sunday. Yeah.
Released August 19th,
This,
2016. Facebook, 276,000 fans.
Is this
Twitter.
actually the trailer for it? Because this looks like an old one.
I don't know. No, it's not. It says F1 2016 game trailer fan made.
Oh, all right.
F1
Fan-made.
I was gonna say, this is
2016.
an old looking game. Yeah, this.
There we go.
Yeah, I might actually do this.
Lobster Fest. Hopefully we don't get
Yeah,
flagged.
that's way better.
Sure. Whatever. We'll just say it's a racing game. And I'm sure it'll be fun. But unless it has guns on it, that's my kind of racing game. Or I can crush the environment like a Split Second. Or Burnout.
Crap.
Yep. Actually, I like the Midnight Club games a lot too. Need for Speed's pretty fun. Blah 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 blah. Metroid Prime Federation Force also coming out on August 19th for the 3DS.
No, thank you.
Don't know anything about that game, but it's on a handheld, so fuck it.
It was their announcement like last year at E3, and everyone was like, they're going to announce a new Metroid game, and they're like, no, you're getting like a 3DS Metroid game that doesn't have Samus in it, and
Oh
you're
yes,
gonna
I
like
do
it.
remember hearing people get upset about that.
Yeah, so that's a big 10 nope.
Nope. And then lastly, and probably most least, we have Stardust Galaxy Warriors Stellar Climax for the PC. It's a side-scrolling bullet hell game with Metal Slug. Stardust Galaxy Warriors is a fast-paced 1-to-4 player couch co-op action shooter combining shmup, brawler gameplay with RPG elements. Choose your game mode, settings, mechs, weapons, and upgrades to customize your experience, soar through space, defeat evil, and save the future from... That's where the description ends. Hello? Did I lose everybody? I think I lost everybody. No, I guess
Join the call. There you are.
Razer comms crashed. You guys missed. What did you last hear me say?
It was I don't know, a couple minutes ago when you first started the stream video,
What?
or when I first noticed it. So probably about 20 seconds before that.
Okay. Do you want to hear the description of Stardust Galaxy Warriors again?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
I'll do the exact same thing I did before. Stardust Galaxy Warriors is a fast-paced 1-to-4 player couch co-op action shooter combining shmup, brawler gameplay with RPG elements. Choose your game mode, settings, max weapons, and upgrades to customize your experience, soar through space, defeat evil, and save the future from... That's where the description cuts off.
From that guy right there.
The tentacle, non-tentacle,
Yeah, the weird
lobster
lobster
looking
thing.
thing.
Yeah, that's what you fight the whole game. That's it.
Yeah.
This is the only
Just
thing you
just
do.
that one boss.
It's just this. It's just
If you
this
beat it-
forever.
That's what you give
You
to
win.
kids when they complain that they didn't get to go to Red Lobster. Take out
Yeah.
your aggression on the lobsters.
Hey, Metal Slug games are fun. I'm sure this is probably fine.
Yeah, this is probably gonna be cool.
It looks like you're
pretty
in
cool.
like a Gundam, like a mech, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like you're a flying mech thing. Sure.
An unholy union of flesh and metal. What monster would create such an abomination?
Fuck.
Me! Yeah, this is definitely a Japanese game. Me! I did it! I'm attacking you now!
It was me!
Anyway, that was fun. I like that.
Yeah. Sweet. Wait, our No Man's Sky cast was very little No Man's Sky featured, which is surprising. We talked about
Yeah.
it for like a minute. Did we have
well,
anything else we wanted to say about it, since it's the hottest thing on the internet right now?
Well, hottest thing, and you know what? I don't know. I'm still liking it. I don't. The bugs are shitty.
no.
Hopefully, they get fixed.
I'll probably play it for a little bit after this, and then...
I would
You
like
know,
to
like-
I would like to actually talk about it once they at least release the first patch.
Yeah,
And then-
right. See what the improvements actually are, and yeah.
Yeah.
And
I will say, I really love the fact that you can actually fly somewhere in real time. Like if you see a planet in the distance and it says
Yeah, you
you're
just
going to
go
get there
there.
in 2 hours, it might take you if you choose not to use your pulse engine, it'll actually take you 2 hours to fly there. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I do too. I just don't like the things that you do on the planets. But
Yeah, it's
I
a
also
little silly.
enjoy
I
doing
wish
it.
there was a little more
think-
to it than that.
Yeah.
But they can
Learning
add
languages and stuff
features
is
later on, you know?
What
Well,
would
they can,
what
but
would
why
they-
shouldn't we have put those in the first place?
But the things that you would have to add to it to make it interesting are kind of gonna be mute because of its procedurally generated nature, and I think that feat is very impressive of a 14-person team in order that they created a galaxy with an algorithm basically. That's very impressive. But I've never been a fan of procedural generation unless you have like pre-built segments and levels, and then your procedural generation combines those pre-built levels in different ways,
modules.
like how Invisible Ink does, with modules.
My big complaint is going to be something.
Design.
My big complaint is going to be like I'm going to eventually find a planet that I love to be on, and I'm not going to want to leave that planet.
See, that's what I thought at first, but at the same time, there's only so much a planet has,
Yeah. Well, and who knows? I mean, maybe there's some cool secrets in some of these. I know that there's. I just found a multi-tool with the plasma grenades that allow you to tunnel into the planet. So cool. I think what I want to do is start blowing up stuff, because I remember the developer. I can't remember his name.
I remember seeing a video where they were shooting into and they carved out like a rock underneath.
Yeah, and then like opened up into this huge cave system that nobody would even have known was there. That's kind of a neat thing for me. And the fact that the planets are real planet size. Yeah, but see, that's the thing. I don't like Minecraft type stuff. Like Terraria was about as far into that as I got, and I actually feel pretty good about it.
What I like about Minecraft though is the crafting part. I like building, things that I like Legos. That's the thing I like about that. Yeah. And there's no Legos in No Man's Sky. I still like exploring from planet to planet and just chilling out and turning my brain off. But I don't know
flying through space.
I don't know if I'll enjoy that 12 hours in. I'm enjoying it now though.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see how long it lasts. I think it's a really neat thing. I will say what I said earlier in Slack when Andrew was asking about it, and just that I think it's probably worth it if you're into every aspect. It's probably worth getting now.
Yeah.
Or waiting for the patches to come, like wait a week or two. And if you're not really into every aspect, maybe wait for a sale, because it's probably going to be a little obnoxious to you if you're not into the survival craft games, and I find them to be getting pretty played out, really. But I'm having a good time with this. I think it handles it pretty simply. It's not like you need, your mining tool is one tool. It's not like you have to have, this one has to be obsidian,
most of those
and
games
this one
needs you need a pickaxe and you need a shovel and you need this.
Yeah,
it has to be made from.
It's not Subnautica where you need a bunch of different tools to do different tasks.
Yeah. It's one thing, and collection is automatic. And if you run out of room, you just don't collect anymore. It's a very easy thing to figure out, and it's very simple. And so far I'm still enjoying it. But I've only been to I think 4 planets now, so we'll see how long that lasts.
I would like to know what you guys would like them to add to the planets for something else for you to do, because currently all you do is collect resources and then rebuild stuff. What would you want them to add to it?
Maybe a sense of danger. Like, I don't know. I haven't found any. I don't know if there's animals out there that will attack you or whatnot.
I've found a couple of species that tried to run me over here and there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They just charge right at you, though, and then when they're close, they just swing an arm at you.
Well, I had one. It was I don't know if it was big enough to be called megafauna. It was bigger, by real life terms, much bigger than an elephant, maybe twice the size of an elephant. It attacked me and hurt me. It destroyed my shield in one shot. I still haven't ever lost any health, but I don't know. I mean, I'm interested in it. I can't really say that they could do anything that would allow any sense of permanency, since you're moving around all the time. So unless you're, you're saying, George, if you find a place where you just want to be and build a home there.
Like kind of like Subnautica, where you just build a base,
Well, I think one of the biggest things they'll have to do to fix that is add a waypoint system, or just like a checkpoint system into it, because even though you discover waypoints on planets, you can't travel between them. So if you leave a planet and come back to it, you have to manually fly back to those same spots, and you can't set like a marker on your map as to where.
Yeah, that's obnoxious too.
So, like, if you were like, oh, there's this cool resource thing here, I'm going to go sell all this stuff, get a bunch of money, come back to this planet, and then I can get all this stuff. Well, good luck ever finding it when you come back to the planet.
Oh, breaking news.
So
Breaking
those
news. This will be
Okay.
for Yoda here. Wings Gaming wins massive Dota 2 prize.
That was yesterday.
Oh, was it? Okay. Sorry.
yesterday's breaking news. That's what it is.
Well, I went on Yahoo for some reason, and it was the top
Oh.
thing, and they're like, breaking news.
Wings took home the 9 million top prize.
Um,
DC took home second place, and EG,
So for me,
EG
though,
had a great match against them for third place. But
excuse me. Oh, I swallowed wrong there. So if you fly off of a planet and you come to an area that you, I don't know, the only times I've seen this happen, if you drop off at a depot, I think is what they're called, where they have little save points. You know, you hit the antenna and it's like, oh, your game is saved.
yes,
Those are marked, so you can come back to there.
but
I do really wish that.
because I've tried to go back to those marked areas and I can't find them. Like, you have to be within the proximity of them, because I come back to the planet and they're still in my menu as to where they are and what I named them, but they don't tell me where I need to go to get to them.
Oh yeah. Well, it would be cool to be able to maybe like an in-flight menu to say, okay, this is where I want to go. Like brings up past locations on a specific
Yeah,
world.
and I
or
thought
something.
that's what those areas
And then maybe
were gonna
give
be
you a little
for.
arrow or something to show you where you need to go to get there again. Yeah, that would be nice to have. Especially if you're doing resource farming. Like, you know, I've done it now where I'll come to a planet and there are literally like, you know, 30-story building size mounds
Things
of gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll
Those
sell
are
those for
great.
hundreds and hundreds of thousands of units, you know, and that's wonderful.
Yeah,
But you can
Asgard,
only carry so
the
many.
planet I found has so much gold.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
just
it's nuts.
think what would be cool is base building on planets and a way to get back to that planet quickly. And number two, maybe like build your own giant space station or space stations that you can build and customize as a base where you can just chill out and relax.
Little orbital stations here and there if you wanted to do that. That would be
exactly.
neat.
Oh, here's a cool little story. I don't know how we missed this. Spotify, I don't really use it, but
I
a
do.
ton of people do. Well, then you'll be very interested that they announced Spotify Gamers. It's power your gaming with creative playlists, original soundtracks, and all the best to take your music and gaming experience to the next level. I don't know what that means, but yeah, new section about music that has to do with all gaming and brings music of all kinds into one place with original soundtracks. All right, sure. These journalists are making it sound like it's a way bigger deal than it is, but so video game soundtracks are on Spotify. That's what it's going to be.
They've always been on Spotify, but okay.
Well, this
Cool
guy thinks
beans.
it's a new thing.
So I think we've talked these people long enough.
Yeah, we're getting on about 2 hours now. So
So
yeah, No Man's Sky, fun, a little buggy.
potential.
I
Maybe
wish
wait a
there
couple weeks.
was a demo for people though, so they could
Yeah,
try
yeah,
it
really,
to
that would be
make
wonderful.
sure that it's something they like and can deal with the frame drops on PlayStation 4 and PC.
In giant red text, it has potential.
Yeah, sure, it has potential.
What would you want them to add, George? What potential do
I
you
already
see
said.
for the game?
I already said, like base building, star base building.
But if you want that, George, play. It's a lot more complicated, but play Space Engineers.
Oh yeah, that game's great. Or
Well,
Planet
that's
Explorers.
actually what you do. You build space stations,
Wait.
and you can build ships out of modules.
Is that
and
Planet
fly all over
Explorers or
space.
is Planet Explorers a different game? But I think Planet
No, that's
Explorers-
different. That's different. Space Engineers is the one I'm talking about. It is cool, but it's a lot more complicated. Yeah, it's a cool game though.
Okay, I'm cool. I'm done though. Well, we've been talking a long time, and I have other stuff that I want to do.
You know what? I'm gonna say one more thing though, and then
Okay.
before we go,
Sure.
the one thing I really don't, just plain old don't like about No Man's Sky is that there's no continue button. You just fire up the game and it loads up where you were last.
Yep.
There's no menu.
Yeah,
There's
I
no.
found that very jarring when I was starting the game, that there was no menu,
Yeah.
no, like, it
There's
was
no
Yeah,
just
there's
new
like,
no like,
game.
welcome back to the game, and I'm like, oh, cool, hi game. Now I get
Yeah,
to,
it just loads up and wherever you were. So like if there is an area of danger and you like start the game up and you walk in the kitchen to grab a beer or a drink of water or you gotta take a crap or
come
whatever and you
back and
come back and
you're
maybe you're
halfway on
dead or
fire.
something.
Yeah.
You know, so that kind of sucks. I do wish that they would add something like that. But anyway, yeah, we've been talking a long time.
Yep. Thanks for watching,
Uh,
everybody.
we'll see you
Catchphrase.
next week.
Yep, yep. Bye bye.